E agora, para encerrar esse terceiro dia do fórum, nós vamos acompanhar as apresentações dos presidentes das agências de fomento de pequeno.
Now we're going to have the presentation of presidents of associate institutions. The state of Amapá is in the extreme north of the country. It has 16 municipalities, and the capital city is Macapá, with 70% of the population of the state. The second most important municipality is Santana. We depend on the government, basically. We are a new state in the country. We were separated from the state of Pará in 1943, and our economy is very much dependent on the government. And it is up to us in the development agency of Amapá to encourage entrepreneurship, creating this culture among the population through financing that we offer in several areas. We work in many sectors. Rural areas, and we have several credit lines that we work here in different municipalities. We also rely on the participation of all organisms that participate in this forum to visit our state and help us grow, bringing new ideas and new investments. We'd like to thank the Ministry of Tourism and Science and Technology Ministry as well, that during the year of 2020, even with the sanitary and economic crisis we went through, they believed on us and they made transfers so we could reach the small ones. The unemployment crisis is quite intense, and it is on our hands at the development agency to cater for these entrepreneurs. We also have credit for informal entrepreneurs who need to have access to finance, but traditional banks do not offer to them. Once again, I'd like to invite you all to get to know our state and our agency and help us. The Afeam works in the Amazonian region for over 21 years with the challenge of occupying and developing our region. You know, our characteristics are very specific. Unfortunately, we have some municipalities with very low human development indexes. And we need to take credit to this population, agribusiness, industry, service providers. In the year of the pandemics, we launched the emergency credit and emergency renegotiation with flexible targets. And last year, we applied over 115 million reais in over 10,000 credit operations. In renegotiation, we reached over 3,000 loans and involving 48 million reais. So we developed credit online, and we continue working in our headquarters, but we work also online. We have agencies as well in our state where clients can look for credit. In addition to COVID-19, we had a flood, which is characteristic of our region, and it was unfortunately a historical one again. And through the state fund and the Legislative Assembly, a law was enacted for the benefit of municipalities that went through chaotic situations.
So providing opportunities to those people who are not able to access normal commercial credit. And since we participate in the national development system, we are proud to take this credit, to provide this credit and generate jobs and income in our state. If you want to know more about our actions, access to our website, www.afeam.org.br, and access our social media and see the challenges that our agency is overcoming. And just in the first quarter, we already had, between credit and renegotiation, we moved over 53 million in our state. Thank you very much. The AGE, the Pernambuco Development Agency, has been financing strategic sectors that were not contemplated by the traditional market. With the challenges of the pandemic, we see the importance of a financial institution geared towards development. And with this new scenario, it was necessary to redirect the agency's actions with the creation of new credit lines and renegotiation of contracts. In this period, we increased the number of clients and disbursements for micro and small enterprises, ensuring employment in Pernambuco. We also diversified products with a lot of innovation. And so, President of the Development Agency of Tocantins. As a development agency, we've been active for 10 years, and we are the right arm of our governor. The development agency has the mission of developing the state, especially with small entrepreneurs. We try, during the pandemic, to conduct actions focused on small entrepreneurs, such as postponement of payments and others. And we created a fund for being closer to small entrepreneurs that need help. And we went to settlements. We helped people maintain their companies, trying to add solutions, helping people understand the business with special rates, very low rates. We extended deadlines. We reduced our interest rates. So we are trying hard to cater to small entrepreneurs so that they will be able to continue their activities. And as a development agency, we contributed to this development also because the state is one of the smallest in terms, was one of the smallest in terms of closing of companies. And so there's also the support given to the maintenance of these companies. But there's a lot more to do. The development agency of Rio Grande do Norte, AGN, has had a very important role in the fighting of the economic crisis that has affected all of us, not only in Rio Grande do Norte, the whole country, the whole world, because of the coronavirus pandemic. In dialogue with the productive sector, we have been facilitating credit, increasing grace periods, increasing credit limits, and also access to new funding such as Fugetu, FNE, in order to provide credit to those that needed working capital or even investment because they had to reinvent themselves in the pandemic and economic crisis. We were able to diversify economic sectors that had access to credit, such as family farming, solidary economy, and tourism, which is being reached by several credit lines with FNE and Fugetu resources. And so we are fulfilling our constitutional mission of fostering the local economy because we are present in virtually all municipalities in Rio Grande do Norte. And a historical feat this year, a historical milestone. We were able to double the injection of resources in the state in relation to what was provided for in our strategic planning. We are thus fulfilling our institutional mission and strengthening our economy, fostering the local economy in the 177 municipalities of Rio Grande do Norte. Hello. How are you? It's a pleasure to be here, speaking with ABDE. My name is José Humberto. I'm president of Desenvolve. I took office in 2019. And our focus was loaning smaller amounts to many people. So our focus is microcredits, individual entrepreneurs, micro companies, to increase jobs and income generation. So on the last 12th, the governor launched a new credit program in Brazil. For individual entrepreneurs of any nature, we are loaning between 2,000 and 4,000 reais. For those that are informal, up to 2,000, and for those that are formal, up to 4,000. The government pays the interest rate. And so for the tourism value chains, the loans will, the interest rates will be paid by the government. And so in this period of 15 days, we formalized 1,200 proposals, amounting to over 1 million reais. So it's a success for us. Greetings to the participants of the 6th Forum of Development promoted by ABDE. And thank you to the President, and thank you for the invitation to participate in this panel on transition. We began in 2004 with an initial capital of 4 million reais, and now, upon receiving the invitation by the governor, we initiated changes in the agency, making 2020 the best year in results since the beginning of the agency in several aspects. The best in terms of loan, in terms of loans and reversal of damages, around 85%. Increase of accounting capital of around 90% compared to the previous year, and increase of social capital in the same period, 25%. In terms of what the agency had in capital. And so in face of this transformation, the government, the biggest investor, and together with society represented by the Legislative Assembly, understood the relevance of the agency and the process that we are going through.
And this strengthened the agency as required, and technology was a major factor of transformation and change, making our agency closer to our clients. And with the development of the portal, we reached 130, we grew from 130 to 141 municipalities, reaching 83 million in capital. We were among the 16 agencies, we held the 15th position, which has now much improved. And so in order as regards emergency credit for the pandemics, we have also grown and reached quite a lot of clients in a proactive manner. And this is the mission. We want to even further improve this year. Well, we are one of the main tools for the resumption of the growth of the economy. We know that mass vaccination is viable for this resumption, but credit is also one of the most important tools for the recovery of small and medium-sized countries. Oh, no, I beg your pardon, companies. Therefore, the state government has supported Piauí development, especially focused on micro and small entrepreneurs, capital for investments. But the main focus is microcredit. So we have established partnerships with community banks, which are non-governmental organizations that help us with the very small entrepreneurs. Last year was quite complex with the coronavirus, and we expected default to grow a lot. But this did not happen. It was a historically low level of default. This demonstrates that the initiatives of the agency were effective. So we renegotiated all debt that was due, and we worked on specific situation of each client so that they could pay back. In 2020, we also accredited ourselves to the Ministry of Tourism and Fugetur, and we are financing the tourism sector that has been hardly hit by the pandemics. We also are working with FINEP, financing all programs for innovation. So in 2021, we have reached a major objective, becoming a very large microcredit agency. This is what we want to do here in the state of Piauí.